Hello, fellow humans. Chris here again. So, today I wanted to talk about the new mandate in my county, Sacramento. We are now back to mandated masks, as well as Yolo County, and obviously LA County has been that way for a couple weeks now. And this is happening across the country in various places. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on it. Obviously, there's some frustration if you've been kind of following me this last few months here with everything going on with the vaccines. I kind of predicted this would happen. When the CDC first issued their recommendation lifting the masks for people that are fully vaccinated, I didn't like it. I thought that it was a mistake. I thought that for one, people are gonna just lie, and we don't have herd immunity. We don't have enough people who are vaccinated to hit that threshold just yet. And so, of course, this is what's happening. And now we've got this Delta variant, which is highly contagious. It's showing itself to be more deadly than the original novel coronavirus, and it seems to be impacting children a little bit more than previous strains. So, thinking about all this, I've kind of gone through my own personal feelings on this matter. Now, on a very personal level, it's very frustrating. I feel, and I've got a coworker who I actually just recently reacquainted with for the first time in about a year and a half, and he feels even more strongly that we did the right thing. We played the game, we wore our masks, we got fully vaccinated. Why should we have to pay for other people's stupidity? And I get it. I get that line of thinking. I definitely, like, on a personal level, I feel like I paid my dues. I spent 4 months at these mass vaccination sites where I had to wear a mask all the time, regardless of if I was outside in the middle of the parking lot, 500 yards from anybody else in 100-degree heat. I had to wear a mask, and as idiotic as I felt that was on a human level, it's about optics. It's about modeling the behavior that you expect. And so once we got off that mask mandate where not everybody's wearing one anymore, people are less incentivized to keep wearing them. And for somebody like myself who did the right thing, it's pretty frustrating that because of other people, their stubbornness and their refusal to follow science, to read, that we kind of have to pay the price for them. But I had another take on it as well. Aside from the personal frustration, I have kids, and I have young kids, and obviously people under 12 can't get the vaccine yet. This new Delta strain has shown itself to be affecting kids a little bit more. So that's one incentive that you have to mask up. If you don't have kids yourself, you probably know somebody who has kids, or at least have kids involved in your life or your extended family's life. So it's always good to think about them, obviously. But there's another part of it too. It's not purely black or white. When we talk about people that are vaccinated and aren't vaccinated, some people have genuine fears of getting the vaccine, and I can speak on a personal level here. I don't want to share too much just out of respect for people's privacy, but I do have a friend that recently passed away, and he passed away 2 days after getting his second shot. He got the Pfizer, and when he got the first dose of the Pfizer, he had a very severe reaction. And I'm not a doctor. I don't know the details of what happened in terms of on an autopsy level. I'm not making a judgment on exactly what the cause was. He had a stroke. and he died 2 days later. One of his best friends, who's a mutual friend of ours, but is closer to him than I was, she's not getting the vaccine. She hadn't gotten it, and she's not trusting of it. I can't say that I hold it against her for making that choice. Now, on a statistical level, the CDC reports that somewhere around 6,200 or so people have been reported as dying since December after taking the COVID vaccine. Now, according to their standards, they have to report anytime somebody dies after taking the vaccine. They have to be reported as such. They took the vaccine and then they died. So 6,200. Now, the CDC has made clear that in a lot of these cases, the person probably didn't actually die of the vaccine. They had some other condition already that was the trigger for whatever happened to them. That's not to say that the vaccine didn't cause the death of anybody in any of these cases. It's a law of averages. And again, it's not to denigrate the importance of any single life. 6,200 out of, we're looking at about 187 million now, that people that have been vaccinated. It's statistically insignificant. Something around 1 in 32,000 cases. So I say that from a statistical perspective, in terms of your likelihood, your risk versus reward, like we talked about the other day. I think it's still pretty solid, a solidly founded decision to get that vaccine, especially when you look at how many people are dying of COVID in that same amount of time. We're looking at close to 1 million people. On a personal level, though, I get when you have somebody that you care about so much to go through something like that. I understand. I can have empathy and compassion for what that person is going through. I talked to this person about it, and she told me that she wasn't getting the vaccine. I told her, I totally understand it. I get it. I get why you have a reason to be personally averse to it. And the point is, you can have logic, and you can look at numbers, and you can, try to be that bigger person to look at the society, but at the same time, we're also human, and one of your best friends dies, and she had other people that she knew that had some sort of severe reaction to the shot. Again, I'm not ever going to say that you shouldn't go and get your shot. We need as many people to get the vaccine as possible, but I just want to say that there are people out there that are willfully choosing not to get the vaccine. They're not under 12, and they're not stupid. They're not stubborn. They're not anti-science. I'm just speaking on a personal level now. I don't think it's bad to have compassion for them, and if we can be patient as a society here, and kind of be communal in that way, and I just keep that in mind, because I know personally I get frustrated again at going back to this same story where I'm taking care of myself, but I have to look out for people who are being willfully ignorant. Just assume that person that you're resenting in that moment is going through something like my friend, that they've suffered some kind of personal loss that has kind of jaded them from this process. I think it helps mentally to kind of push through this whole experience, and hopefully we'll get there soon, and we'll be able to reach herd immunity by just being supportive of each other. Anyway, I will be catching up with you all again very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, don't be afraid to question the consensus.